As a global society, we face challenges that requires us to act right now. It's a call for everyone to really reimagine our world for the better and then ask, what can I do today to affect positive change? UN's global goals were created to guide social and planetary progress towards 2030. No doubt engineers will play a crucial role as active change makers to meet these goals. To celebrate World Engineering Day and inspire critical thinking, we created 4 scenarios for 2030. A framework to ask informed questions and open an honest dialogue, in particular, what is the role and responsibility of engineers in shaping a positive future? We created the scenarios using Kjaer Global's 4P model, a holistic framework for balancing people, planet and purpose with performance. Our trend and scenario navigator was used to filter and contextualize all of our research. We then selected 8 key macro trends and clustered them with society drivers and value markers, so we finally can consider the impact on engineering and new opportunities and potential challenges. Now let's explore the 4 scenarios. The first scenario we called Edutopia. In Edutopia, fair progress is valued over private interest. Collaboration is seen as a necessity for solving global problems. This is a culture that continually challenges the status quo and has a clear social strategy to embed diversity into every corner of society. In education, STEM has now fully evolved into STEAM, integrating the arts to foster a diverse and innovative engineering ecosystem. Curiosity, creativity, collaboration and circular principles are highly valued in this scenario. The engineering profession works closely with public and private sectors to lead a global collaboration to establish frameworks for ethics, skills and learning. The goal is to create the world's first digital constitution and ensure technology development are human-centric, fair and ethical. In Edutopia, global long-term and system thinking has become core requirement. But reimagining society for the long term can be slow, and some Edutopians now believe that with too much talk, we risk missing the window to act. Now imagine the Edutopian engineer. How can engineers today take actions to create a digital constitution? Is regulation a barrier or an enabler of innovation? The next scenario is Pragtopia. In Pragtopia, the focus is on local and thriving regions, then the wider global society. The ultimate goal is sovereignty of infrastructure, energy, health and food supply. In Pragtopia, specialists and contract engineers are in huge demand. Education and upskilling is prioritized with easy access to funds and support. Ethical business models come with some strong social and environmental elements. These now dominate in engineering sectors of entrepreneurs, startups and freelancers. Pragtopians prioritize family, community and self-development. Engineers see themselves as independent parts of a global system and they now explore their role and potential as change makers to contribute effectively to urgent problems. A degree in intelligent reduction has been established. The goal is to create greater transparency inside complex systems and technologies. Engineering's challenge is, however, to ensure local initiatives gain momentum. Now imagine the Pragtopian engineer. Are simplicity and transparency realistic goal in an increasingly complex world? Can local focus and effective participation in the global society really coexist? The next scenario is superhuman. In the superhuman society, priorities are efficiency, economic growth, and autonomy. Technology is perceived to enhance human capabilities, and individuals now shape their own norms for technologies that are transformative. Interactive environments provide real-time learning, health and well-being, and really encourage everyone to engage in self-development and deep dialogue. Geoengineering and nuclear energy are seen as viable solutions to climate change. Superhumans, they innovate in this ecosystem of self-governed independent actors, but short-term strategies may be quick fixes with long-term consequences. Engineers have now acquired an almost mythical status. The challenge is to reconcile autonomy with accountability and responsibility. So, to foster accountability, engineering has devised self-executing smart contracts. These are presented as a physical ring on which graduates pledge responsibility and diligence. This is a low-carbon blockchain that acts as a meta-conscience and a moral compass. Now imagine the superhuman engineer. With tech a powerful source for innovation, how do we ensure human-centric solutions? What can be done to foster more accountability? In the last scenario, Taktopia, everything is put in the hands of big tech and its engineers. This enables fast action, but also risk replicating mistakes and biased social structures. However, with the adoption of frontier technologies, digital inclusion has now been successfully implemented and some social goals have been achieved. The impact here is a greater global collaboration and access to education and jobs. However, there are still some skills bottlenecks inside the engineering ranks globally. And the demand for specialist engineers is really greater than ever. Private companies lead in solving global challenges all through tech innovations. Faced with ongoing climate crisis, the strategy is to mitigate and adapt while optimizing resources for economic growth and to feed the world. Governance frameworks for ethical technologies are ill-defined, if they even exist. Hence, fresh energy now pours into trade unions and associations in a move to nurture global communities so engineers can grow in influence and shape their collective role. Now imagine the Taktopian engineer. Will engineers be the executing soldiers or gatekeepers of values such as trust? What is the role of unions and associations? So, to deep dive into the Vision 2030 scenarios, we prepared a document, Sustainable Development and Tomorrow's Engineers. You can download it by clicking in the notes below in this video. And then I would just say, enjoy the road ahead, and remember, the future is not just somewhere we go, we create the future.